Great. Welcome everyone to our first episode for the Female Entrepreneurship Project of the KA to Erasmus Plus funding agency. I'm very excited today because we have Maria Terzi with us as our first guest. And it's not a random choice. Maria has done a lot during the past few years, and we're so excited to learn more about this. Maria, welcome. And I have Chloe with me as well, who is an intern in Technologos for the summer. And the three of us will have a conversation, a friendly discussion rather, on female entrepreneurship and in particular on Maria's stories. Maria, I will start by giving you the floor to explain briefly who you are in a few sentences, and then we'll take it from there.
Thank you so much for having me, Anastasia and Chloe. I'm really happy to be with you today and really looking forward to our discussion. I'm Maria Terzi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Malloc. Malloc is an AI-driven cybersecurity startup, and we focus on mobile security. I will tell you more through the discussion.
Amazing. When was Malloc founded?
We started Malloc in 2020. At the time, I was a researcher and a lecturer at the University of Cyprus, and we had a great opportunity through a funding scheme of the Research Innovation Foundation of Cyprus. Basically, they had this program where they're giving grants to researchers or people who wanted to build their own startups or their own companies. So I took a grant from IDEC, from the Research Innovation Foundation. I left my job at the university and started the company.
Funnily enough, I had a similar story for Technologos. I forgot to introduce myself. So I'm the director and co-founder of Technologos, and we also started with a pre-seed funding from IDEC. So very similar start. And it was the year before, 2019.
It was 2019. It was super. It was the first time, right?
Yes.
So I think, well, we also applied in 2019, but we didn't start until 2020 because I'm sure you remember it was during COVID and everything was super hectic. I was working at the university at the time. We're also helping with the health department of the government to help them build like a database and an interface for COVID. So I couldn't really leave until we got this sorted. So we delayed a little bit the project and then we started. But congratulations to you as well, because it was super competitive. I think in the first time, only 8 startups were selected and then another 8.
Yes, that's correct. And I remember there was a pitch. So we submitted something at first and then we had to go to the interview. Who did you choose to join you in the interview? Do you remember?
It was me and one of the co-founders.
Right.
We were 3 co-founders. Now 2 of us are still active. But yes, I still remember that day. It was nice. It was a really nice experience.
Nice. Yeah, I also remember it very vividly. I'm going to give the chance to Chloe now to ask any questions and then I'll continue with my follow-ups.
Well, I will ask, why do you choose that project to continue with?
Great question, because sometimes I'm still wondering. No, I'm kidding. So personally, I always had like a lot of ideas. I have a computer science background, so we build things. Like I participated in different hackathons. I was always doing like side projects, little projects here, little projects there. So I had so many ideas. And I remember I even have like a book with many ideas inside. But with this particular idea, when I was discussing it with someone, everyone was like, interesting, and how has no one done this before, and how is this even possible, and how would you do that? So when I expressed my idea, everyone was asking like questions about it, like how it's going to happen, how it's happening. So what triggered it was that I don't know if you have ever experienced it, like talking about something and then seeing related advertisements in social media. Let's say that you talk about, I don't know, that nice dress that you like, and then all white dresses in discount appear on your Instagram. So I was like, okay, how is this happening? Do they listen to us? Is it about our search history? Is it about our location? How exactly is it happening? And if you dive deep enough into this project and in this question, the answer is how spywares work work and how they collect our information without us realizing it. And this is beneficial not for the everyday user who, I mean, I also like if I get recommended things, but for people who really, really want to protect their data on their mobile devices, they have confidential information, national security information, and they need to be secure.
Yeah, it happened to me last night actually. I was thinking that I want to learn how to DJ, and I was having a conversation with someone, and then I log into my Facebook and I see all ads about DJ consoles and DJ software that I should install. I said, oh wow, they've been listening all along.
It's useful though. I mean, I don't mind if I get like really nice recommendations. My PhD was on recommender system, so I understand the system behind it, and I appreciate it. Like it's good when you want to buy something, just say discounted DJ set, and it's gonna happen. The problem is when the data they collect go to the hands of people or entities whose motives are not so kind, let's say. So what happens if an insurance company gets all those data without your consent? Or what if actually someone is spying on your phone and they get your pictures, your private conversations, your files, the photos of your children, and on and on and on?
Crazy. Oh.
Yeah. So did you always know that you wanted to do something on your own? Or when was this idea born?
I always enjoyed building things. Even during the university, I was always participating in hackathons. I actually won 2 hackathons of Google in London. And in the last one, they asked me if I would like to just quit the university, and they will give me like some money to build this as a company, as a startup. And at the time I said no, because I was doing my PhD. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. And they offered me an internship instead. So they say, okay, don't proceed with that path, but maybe you can interview, and if it goes well, we can hire you at Google. So this is the path I took. But I was always building things on my own. I wanted to do things. And at the university, and I was at KIOS, Research Center of Excellence for Research and Innovation. It's a great center. I had a fabulous time there. The environment is fantastic. All the professors are great. But I always wanted to do more and a bit more and a bit more. And so I took the chance. I think it's nice to take chances in life.
So what is the next chance then? Or are you settled down?
So I wanna the plan now is to make Malloc as big as possible. So it's now 5 years old. We started with a mobile app for individuals. Since last year, we're offering the mobile app to governments and companies who want to protect the devices of their employees, whether these are like governmental agencies or actual people. For example, we protect investigative journalists to not be affected with spyware, with politicians. And now the latest news is that we're also entering into European defense, so that we can protect the mobile devices of people who actually deal with our national security. But yes, the goal now is like making Malloc as big as possible, and then we'll see.
We wish you all the best, and we're sure this is going to happen. Chloe?
Well, I would like to ask, if that is possible in Cyprus? I mean, how other people are seeing you about doing something so big, and how you can make it bigger, if that it's hard for you, or is everything in your side?
Of course, it's hard. It's super, super hard. And you need to have like a really good stomach.
In Cyprus or in abroad, like it's much more harder here, or not the same?
Well, there are pros and cons. So, okay, now in Cyprus, there are certain opportunities as the grants provided from the Research Innovation Foundation, as well as little other accelerators. For example, there's Idea Accelerator in Cyprus. They give you, I think now it's around 20K, which is a good small amount to start your journey and build the first prototype of your product, or your first version of your product. There are also some small competitions that can give you some initial money to start. The problem with Cyprus is that when you want to scale to be bigger, it's not, there is not such a big pool of investors that are willing to invest. And I will tell you our story here. So when we took the grant, I left the university, and at the beginning it was just me and one part-time Android developer who was working on the project. So it was a project. 6 months in the project, we released the first version of the app, and it started going well. Going well, I mean that it took one day 6K downloads, the next day another 6K downloads, and 30K downloads. Then I told it to my professor, and he was like, "Okay, Maria, you're getting downloads, but is anyone paying for this?" So I was like, "Okay, let's put this feature for €2 and see what's going to happen." And they actually paid. So then I realized that, okay, if we want to build this, like really build this, we need a team. Okay, to have a team, you need money. And then it was when I approached a few investors in Cyprus and in Europe. It's not that they didn't want to invest, but the terms that were giving us were not fantastic. So imagine that they wanted like 30 or 40% of the company to give us an amount that will allow us to run for the next year, which you are good in maths. It doesn't really make sense. If you need to do like 1 or 2 or 3 rounds, then you're going to be an employee. It's not even worth it. In the US, they give better valuations. So I was like, okay, can we like somehow join a US accelerator? And someone told me at the time that, well, if you want to really succeed as a startup, Y Combinator is the best. So Y Combinator is an accelerator. They have invested in Airbnb, Stripe, OpenAI, Brex. They have the highest rate of startups that became billion-dollar companies. So I was like, okay, we should go there. And that's what we did. They invested in the company, we went through their program, we raised $2 million in 2021. And with that money, we started the company. If it wasn't that, I mean, and we got it in a really good valuation. The final valuation was like 70 million for a company that makes like 3-4K euros per month, like not a lot of money, but the valuation was quite big in terms of, compared to the valuation they will give us in Europe. So if it wasn't Y Combinator, will Malloc survive? Probably. We don't know. I mean, we don't know.
It will be another path.
Yeah, we don't know. But this gave us like an advantage, a competitive advantage, to get also some exposure in the US. So our investors are from the US. I remember TechCrunch has published the story on Malloc and the mobile app. This gave us a lot of traffic, and it was an easier way, let's say, super competitive still, because I mean, to get into YC is like more difficult than getting into Harvard. It's like 0.5%, or it's something ridiculous. But you can get in if you're lucky enough, and if you have some numbers to show, and if it goes well. So yeah, I mean, Cyprus is good. Why? It's good because we do have talent. We have very smart individuals. The universities are fantastic in actually producing really solid. The Cypriots also have an entrepreneurial spirit, I think. Everyone wants to be like the masters and do things. We have the talent. We do have the drive, I think. When you raise from the US, it's beneficial to have your company in Cyprus because the costs are lower, right? $2 million in San Francisco, it will, I don't know, take us like 6 months maybe to spend them. Here it was way more, right? So we extended the runway. So by extending the runway, it gives you more chance to try again until you improve the product and make it actually what it needs to be. But yeah, in terms of capital, it's a bit behind. We do have some funds. There is actually the first Cypriot fund. It's co-funded by the government and private sector, so it's really good. It aims to support Cypriots in building their startups, and we do have some angel investors. Which are basically people who moved from other countries to Cyprus. They moved their companies here, they started new startups here, and they also invest. So things are a bit better. But what I want to emphasize on is that you can still operate from Cyprus and have a company abroad, and your customers can be abroad, and you can get on a plane and go there whenever you need to go.
Correct. I want to confess something here. So certainly I had it at the back of my head, but I wanted to see what your views were on that. So every time I enter a room of investors or of evaluators, panel, etc., I always have at the back of my head that, oh, okay, I'm a woman, or when I started, I was a young woman in entrepreneurship. And I know that people have some perception on this. So they see a young woman entering the room, and maybe some of them have decided already if they're investing or not without even listening to you. Uh, did you face this or did you feel this before starting?
I did feel it once in Cyprus.
Mm.
And actually, they really wanted to invest because they could see that this company had potential. But they did mention in one of the meetings, in the preliminary meetings before they invest, that they would like a man as the CEO. And of course, I've heard that. And I just ensured that I was like super strict and super methodical in explaining them and negotiating them with them, being super powerful, just to see that I can actually lead this company. I mean, there are some in the US. I think things are a bit better. Actually, one of the biggest investor in our cap table, it's a fund which is led by a woman.
Mm.
So this helped a little bit. There are too many. There are also many investors, female investors, women investors who want to invest in female startups, in female-led startups. So I'm not gonna say that there is no bias or whatsoever, and there is no like discrimination. But things are getting a little bit better, and I think it's also up to us to show them that we talk business, we know our stuff, we know our technology, we can lead the company to go forward.
How did you feel though? Did you feel that you are less compared to someone who will enter the room with exactly the same qualifications and experience as you, but maybe middle-aged man?
Look, to be honest, because I come from a technical background as well, so in computer science, I think you know that as well. In our classrooms, we're always the minority. In my university, we're like 20 girls and 100 boys. At Google, it was something very similar, even lower. I think it was 10, 700. I mean, we're used to being the girls in the room. And I remember even in the university, I think it was the first class of programming 101. And I went there. I was super excited because I taught myself programming before going to university. So I was very confident. I loved it. It was like, I love programming, right? I mean, I knew from the beginning that I love programming. So I went there and there was this guy and he was like, what are you doing here? I was like, well, programming 101, no? And I'm super excited. And he was like, why don't you go fix your nails? So it was like,
Wow.
oh, okay, here we are. There we
Nice.
are. And then, there were like these comments that if you get good marks, it's because you're a girl. And if you're like a little pretty girl, the professors like you, and this is why they gave you A. But, at some stage, if you get like all the A's and you actually do really good, they come back and they say, well, sorry, we didn't really mean it. And can we collaborate?
Yeah.
It's a bit tough. I mean, that's how it used to be. I hope things are now a bit better. I hope not. I mean, I don't. I mean, there are always going to be discrimination, but I do hope that girls are now more empowered and more confident and feeling better about themselves, so they can approach and handle any comment that comes in their way or any not nice behavior.
Yeah. And we can do both. We can fix our nails and code at the same time.
Absolutely,
We
absolutely.
don't have to
now,
choose.
and now, I mean, I don't know if code was going to be super relevant in the next years, but we can definitely orchestrate agents and have them do things for us.
Yes. And I read a study that said that when we are trying to empower girls at school to convince them that they can do what the boys can do. I think it's too late to start in primary or high school. I think all of these stereotypes begin much earlier. So even in the first few years of our lives, the toys that they will buy for us, everything that we're exposed to, the family, everything plays a crucial role in how we see ourselves eventually.
You are right, Anastasia. And I don't know about your case, you can also share, but I'm glad that in my family, there were no objections or worries why Maria will be a computer scientist or why you're going to start engineering. On the contrary, my dad was like, okay, that's interesting. You can go study computers, it's fine. But maybe in another family, things are a bit different. And they guide girls towards more female or caring professions.
Yeah. No, my family was a bit different. They were disappointed. I wasn't studying medicine.
Oh, that's the other thing, yes, of course.
Yeah. They couldn't understand at the time that our computer science might also be quite a good career. They thought you're a good student, you have to study medicine. Otherwise, it's not as good. What about you, Chloe? What was your experience?
My experience is the same with Maria. I mean, my parents were supportive with everything that I've done. I mean, they were like, "What you do, you can do. We trust you."
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's fantastic. I think it's the best possible outcome.
It's my life, so it's on us.
Chloe, how many female students were in your class?
Well, there was a lot, but there, let's say 20% of the students. Yeah.
Yeah, still low.
The one thing that it's interesting that the Cypriot girls we were like 5 and the boys were 2.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That was yes, and I think the same is the next year. Like I don't know why, but Cypriot girls prefer the. Yeah.
You know, actually, there was this study, a pan-European study about coding and girls, and they found out that in Cyprus, more girls know coding than boys.
That's
And
true.
they
didn't know coding. It was only on the math.
In
our school, the Cypriot boys didn't know coding, and like most of the girls we knew, but they didn't, and they didn't.
The reason about that was because there are so many initiatives, Girls Who Code, Girls in STEM, promoting coding for girls, that actually, I mean, girls had some experience with coding. I'm not going to say that they know coding, but they have seen code in their life. And it's the result of all those efforts to actually promote coding for girls.
Yeah. My next question to you, Maria, is about the other side now. So you made it up to a point, which is a great point, I think, and you need to acknowledge that. And now you are an employer. So you have a position of power, let's say, for the new generation. Do you have any bias subconsciously? I'll start from that. I know the answer, but I will ask it.
I think I do.
Okay.
You know, the investor that invested in us, like the big guy, she gave us like 1 million from the fund. So we raised 2 million, 1 million was from that fund. In the interview, she was like, I can see in you my younger self. So similarly, when I interview girls and I see like a tech-savvy girl who likes maths and likes coding, I somehow see my little me in them. So there is some bias. And to be honest, I really, really want to encourage more girls in STEM and coding as well. So I do want to give them more opportunities. Sorry, guys. Only natural, but we do keep a nice balance. It's always harder to find female software engineers. So we do keep a nice balance of female and men. It's also nice for the environment in the office to have like people with different interests and even different characters. so that can discuss, they can agree, disagree on topics. But this is all very healthy and very nice for the company.
Yeah. No, I understand completely what you're saying. I have a similar thing, I have to confess here as well. But I think it's not dangerous if it's out there. So if you say, yes, I understand I have this bias in this form, it's not an issue. I think the most difficult is the subconscious bias that you don't even realize. Um, but it's fair enough. I mean, I do remember women in my life that actually encouraged me and were there for me, and I wouldn't have made it without them. So I want to be one of these women that help others. Do you remember any of this in your life?
Well, to start with my co-founder, my co-founder, Lisa, we were studying together at the university. So when the time came and I had the idea of Malloc and I discussed it with the university and everything, the first person that came in my mind, like a technical person that could help me build this, was Lisa. And she was actually at another company at the moment. She was actually working as a software engineer in another company. But yeah, it was female. And I understand also why male founders build companies with other male founders, because I did the same. I approached my friend to build this together, right? And of course, through the journey, I had 3 supervisors during my PhD. One of them was a woman. She was super supportive, very, very creative, she also had a lot of empathy and was compassionate with people. And I really, really liked the aspect that she was taking on the things, while my male supervisor, he was like super practical, la 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 la, and she was having this very, very nice, creative, visionary approach, which I admired a lot. Yeah, and also maybe we would like to mention here that both Chloe and I are part of the Girl Guides. So part of the mission of Girl Guides is to empower young girls to achieve the greatest of their potential and empower them to be like useful citizens in their lives. So we're both leaders as well of younger girls.
Amazing.
I would like to
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Do Girl Guides help you with all that journey to be so power abroad? I mean, because you learn.
I mean, I think all your guys say that, and I'll tell you an example. If you are like 10 years old and you achieve to start a fire with 3 matches only, and if you do like yeah, how do you call it? Lookout, I don't know, in the camp 2 to 4 a.m., which is like the German shift. If you achieve that, and if you go like 10 days without your parents, and if you go like with your 5 friends on the mountains with no one else there, and you need to actually survive. And even younger, like 6, at 6, you are like the treasurer of your team, and you need to keep all the money of the team that you put. We used to put like 20 cents every Saturday. I think now it's like €1. But there is every person in the team has a responsibility. So you can be the treasurer, you can be like the leader, you can be like the one that writes all the notes, but you have a responsibility. So having a responsibility from like such a young age and be responsible and know that if I don't do it, my team is going to suffer, or I owe it to my team to do something. Super valuable. Girl guiding is something that I think, girl guiding and girl scouting and even scouts for boys as well, I think it's like instrumental in shaping the character of the children, making them independent, creative, and also close to nature. So yes, 100% yes, I'm very pro your guys.
Amazing. So many ideas and so many tips already. But let's close with your final tip for young women who are listening to this.
I think we can share a tip each, because we come from different backgrounds and stories. For me, it's like, if you're in Cyprus, don't limit yourself to this island. That is a great opportunity. Now we live in a very interconnected world. With a laptop and internet, you can access any information that's available, and you can access so many opportunities. Just search for them. It might feel that there are no opportunities, but there are. But it's up to you to go and find them and try them. That's from me.
Lloyd, do you want to go next?
Well, I would say to just follow what their heart wants and find a way to make a plan. And everything is going to work out if you have your right people around you, and you can reach out to others to ask for more help, to follow what you want, and never give up on that, and never let anyone give up on what you believe.
Oh my God, you said everything.
So wise. God, sorry.
And I think what I would say is if you enter a room and you feel like you don't fit in the current groups, then maybe this is your calling to create your own and create your own path and go for it.
Fantastic.
Thank you both so much. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I wish we had more time to keep talking. Perhaps we can continue this offline.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Anastasia and Chloe. It was beautiful.
Thank you.